I don't like anybody up here for any extended period of time.
Hey guys, before we get into today's vlog, I want to remind you guys that a new exclusive video has just dropped onto my app, the Most Sargi app. Go to the exclusives tab and click and become an exclusive member if you're not, and watch exclusive videos. Only you guys can see these videos on the exclusives tab. And good morning, Sargi family. Welcome back to another vlog. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I got some bad news for you guys, so check this out. Oh my god, what the hell was that? What is going on here? Okay, that's weird. So check it out, guys. We have a blizzard here in New York, and that sucks because we have an hour-and-a-half drive to get to our destination that we're gonna be filming at today. This is bad because tomorrow we have a 5.5-hour, almost 6-hour drive, literally from here all the way to the Catskill Mountains to film this abandoned resort. I'm hoping the snow is not like this over there. It probably will be since it's in the Catskills. And it's going to suck for doing the videos that we want to do tomorrow over there. But we're going to push through it. Regardless, today we have a very, very haunted night. We're going to be going to the haunted Bergen house. We're going to be doing an investigation there. Apparently a bed levitated there from what the owner is saying. Brother Frank hooked me up with this place, so shout out to him. And I'm obviously going to take you guys along on today's adventure throughout whatever hell happens today. I don't know what's going to happen. There's a blizzard outside. We have an hour-and-a-half drive. We're hungry. We need to be fed. And I just posted a main channel video. Go watch it if you guys haven't watched it. We did one of the first asylums that I did here in this part of New York, so that's a very interesting video. Go watch it right now. It's on the main channel. Here's what I need you guys to do. Take that freaking like button and smash the shit out of it. Like, destroy that bitch. All right, let's get on with this one. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Oh my god. Hey, what? You behave. Oh my god. And don't get snow in my car or I'll leave you here.
Oh my god, my dick.
I told you not to get snow in the car and on yourself. Oh, what a Phil. Sad excuse of a human being. You know, when Moshi was around me, he was my sad excuse of a human being. But right now, Carlo is my sad excuse of a human being.
Touch me.
We have a long drive in the snowstorm. This is gonna be crazy. And tomorrow we have an even longer drive. I hope you guys appreciate these adventures that we're giving y'all. So, yeah, it's a lot, but I love it. Guys, really look at this weather. I can't believe this. This is unbelievable. It's too much, man. It's too much. It's a good thing we left early. We're filming at this place at 6 p.m. It's 3 p.m. right now. I'm like, it's better to leave early than to get stuck in like traffic and snow and all that stuff. Uh-oh. We got an accident, I think. Excuse me? Excuse me, you can't park there! Just saying. They're okay. They're okay.
I think they wanted to kill you.
I don't think they can park there. I'm pointing out they might get a ticket if they park there. They should really tow that car out of there. Oh crap, we got a big accident up ahead. So we've been stuck in traffic for like 10 minutes now, 15 minutes. I think somebody might have died, honestly, I don't know. But traffic is so freaking bad, guys. We don't know, man. Hopefully no one's dead, because the weather is crazy out here. And honestly, people should be driving, you know, really, really cautiously, especially in weather. I do see a car in the middle ditch, in the middle of the highway. Okay, we got one car in the ditch over here. This is not the accident that's installing us. I think there's no way this is what's installing us. I refuse to believe that is what's installing us, because there's no other accident here, and now we're moving. There's no way. There must have been some other car that they took away or something, right? What a shock. We have another accident, and it hasn't even been 15 minutes since the last one. You know what happened, right? Yep. It's a Honda. Oh, they got their bumper torn off. Okay guys, I'm here with Kathy at the, is it the Bergen or Bergen? Bergen house. And what was your name again? Walt. And we're here to investigate this place today. It's supposed to be super duper haunted, and I cannot wait to see what kind of stuff we discover here tonight. She's got some information for us, so let's listen in and see what we find out.
So the original part of the house was built in 1858. This part was put on in the 80s, but the kitchen and the second living room was actually added during the Depression by a farmer named Mr. Fable, who is still here. He's out in the barn. in the back part of the barn.
Still here in spirit form.
In spirit
Okay,
form.
I was gonna say that's pretty old.
He's been known to throw things at people,
Oh, really?
like ladders and wood and things. Yeah, we had it was like a community thing. We invited the community in to do EVPs and look around and whatnot. And within the first 15 minutes, we had 3 men grab their women and leave.
Oh, wow.
Because of the barn. We've had 2 hangings in this barn. The barn was actually built in 1888, and Mr. Favel changed it when he made changes to the house. We're not sure what year it was, but in the part that we can't go into that goes up into the loft was a teenage boy, and his name is Robert Jenks or Jenkins. The historian was not sure, but he will talk to you when you're in there. And around the corner here, where you see telephone poles, we had a woman hang herself. She was pregnant. She had an affair with one of the married justices for Bergen. We're not sure if she lived here or if he lived here, because we had a couple justices live here. But obviously, it was between 1840 and 1850. So the telephone pole she shows herself on was obviously put there by Mr. Favel. So we don't know if there was another part of the barn he took down and repaired and did, or if there was a tree there or something. But that's where she shows herself. And she calls herself Catherine. So we kind of adopted that name after another female spirit that's in the house, because the woman in the barn will not tell us her true name.
Wait, your name is Kathy. Is that
Kathleen?
Oh,
yes.
Kathleen. Okay, close enough. Close enough.
Very close. Very close. We do have active Bigfoot on the property. I had a group of investigators here late October, and while they were in the barn, they were throwing rocks at them at the barn, and they did catch it on film. So if you're outside at night, don't go alone. We have coyotes.
What?
We have
Bigfoot?
bears.
What? You see coyotes?
We have coyotes. We have a bear. We have mountain lions.
I like it.
No coyotes.
Yeah. So don't go out alone.
You'll
And
hear
if you
them
do
sing.
go out, make noise.
There's a group that's over here, and then there's a group out back.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And if you should be adventurous and want to walk back to the tree line, back there the spirits have said, we've gotten several EVPs saying that there's 11 bodies back there. And we actually have what looks like burial mounds back there. There's a large one and 2 small ones. But I want to bring somebody in with ground radar and find out if it's really graves or if it's just like covered over garbage.
Yeah.
You know, because we were out of here for 10 years and people just dumped garbage everywhere here.
Oh, no. that
We're still
sucks.
cleaning up the garbage.
So why did you move into here then?
About 5 years ago, we sold our house and moved back here to try to keep people out, because they took our water pipes, they took our heating pipes, they drained us of all of the antiques that were in the house.
Why'd you guys
pretty
leave
much.
for 10 years?
We had our own home, and my parents lived here. And when my father got sick and went to the nursing home, my mother was here alone. And I just came and got her one day and said, pack a bag. I mean, we left dishes in the sink and food in the refrigerator.
So, yeah, it's natural
You know.
people are going to think it's abandoned, but then you get people that will come and destroy things.
Yeah, and I think
It
we had
sucks.
squatters here too, because there was baby clothes and things in this room when I first came in, and when we came back, they were gone.
Well. So what kind of like paranormal stuff is happening in here?
We have shadow people. We have full apparitions, if they choose to show you. Lights turn on and off. TVs turn on and off. In fact, we have a man in the living room. If we have something on he's liking and we're talking too loud, he'll actually spike the volume on the TV.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He'll turn flashlights on and off for you. I have a couple haunted pictures that are in the living room that my friend DJ found in a swap shop in his shop, and his wife wouldn't let him take him to his house, so he brought him here.
Now, I've heard like stories of this levitating bed.
I was the one levitated.
You were the one levitated, not the
Yes.
bed.
No, not
okay,
the
so
bed.
I thought I heard the bed. Okay,
No, I was in a
interesting.
bunk bed,
Okay.
and I was in the top bunk, and we used to have something like a black mass come into our room at night, and we would try to lay there very quiet and still and just kind of hope it would pass us. And the room got super cold. Now, this is like late summer. The window was open. It shouldn't have been able to see like your breath.
Yeah.
And my body hurt. Like, it hurt so bad. To this day, I remember the pain of it. And I'm 57 years old. And this happened when I was like 8 years old. And I couldn't move. I was completely frozen. And my eyes, I could move just a little bit. And it lifted me up off the top bed over the rail and held me like this, blankets and everything, in the middle of the floor. And my little sister saw my blankets and stuff. And she kind of poked her head out, and she's like, what are you doing? We're supposed to be going to bed. And then she realized I was floating in the air. She ran out to get my father, who was in this living room at the time. And as soon as he came to the doorway, whatever it was that had me let me go, and I hit the floor.
Man, that's scary.
Yeah.
And you've been here since you were born in this house?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lifetime. Like.
Yeah. I was born in 1966. Well, in the summertime, occasionally we'll get a snake in the house.
Occasionally we'll get a snake inside the house.
We don't let people go into the basement because
Don't be afraid of a snake. Come on now.
it's cold. Snakes are sleeping.
Afraid of a snake.
But
Come
when
on.
I was actually picked up by a spirit, and it was outside. It was right outside this big window. When I was about 2 or 3 years old, probably closer to 3, it had been raining, and my mom used to have a big vegetable garden out back, so she was out pulling weeds, and I had a stick, and I was playing with the mud wasps in a mud puddle, and I've been doing it for a while. And
Sounds like a fun childhood.
it was a blast growing up here, and she kind of looked up and called out to me to move away so I wouldn't get bit. Well, I was just waiting for her to get busy again and not pay attention to me because I was having a good time. So I was tapping the water, watching the rings and the wasps move around. And I felt something under my feet, like a boom or an explosion. The ground vibrated. And I noticed that the rings in the puddle I was making started going the opposite way.
Oh.
So I leaned forward like this to look into the puddle, and I felt somebody pick me up. I felt an arm come around my belly. So instantly I touched the arm, I could tell it was a man because I could feel the muscles and the hair.
Mm-hmm.
I could feel his chest against my back. And he picked me up, and he brought me over here to like the corner of the house, and he sat me down. And when he sat me down, he went down on one knee. So when I turned my face to see who it was that picked me up, I was face to face with a Native American man. And he was smiling at me. He thought my stubbornness was cute, I guess. Because he was like smiling, he was like...
Do you have a Native background?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, I do. Towards my mother. Like this, like, go mind your mother. And I looked, and I saw my mom walking across the backyard, and when I looked back, he was gone. And I remember running to my mother. I'm like, who's that man that picked me up? And she's like, what man? She freaked out. She thought we had a prowler. She brought me in the house, locked the door, called my dad home from work, and he works probably 45, 50 minutes from here. He worked in Rochester at General Motors. Locked the door. Nobody could find anything. Just this Native American man. Now, you will get EVPs from him. He calls himself Red. Now, Red.
Red, okay.
Now, I am related to Handsome Lake, whose half-brother was Corn Planter, whose son was Red Jacket. They're very famous, influential Seneca leaders at the time. And they were the 3 main ones that signed the treaty in Mount Morse, New York, that sent all the Native American people to reservations. Now, I have found out that this land was actually one of the places that they put the Native American people before they started sending them to the reservations. So it's quite possible this Red is Red Jacket, one of my relatives.
But why do you think you had all these experiences growing up here?
My father had abilities, and so do I and my sisters. So the way it was explained to me, if there's something around you and they know that you can sense them or see them or hear them, they're going to come to you.
Yeah, they'll try to communicate with you any way they can.
Yeah.
Even the bad ones, right?
Yeah, even the bad ones. My very first memory of spirits, I was just a baby, and I had to hold on to the side of my crib to stand. And it was in the daytime. It was right after lunch. My mother had just laid me down in my bed for a nap, and I had 3 looked like solid people walk into my room, but they were dressed oddly to me. They were dressed like the 30s or the 40s, and they were talking amongst themselves, and men were actually arguing about me. I can remember thinking, why is my mom not in here? Because I could hear her doing dishes in the kitchen, washing the lunch dishes. And I remember the man closest to me was the most angry, and he had like this wool jacket on. They had these like dark brown suede patches on the elbows. And I wanted to reach out and touch those patches so bad because I'm thinking, boy, those look soft. I want to touch those. Being just a little tiny kid. I mean, I was closer to him than I am to you. And I just didn't because he was so angry. And looking back on it as an adult, I think something was supposed to have happened to me that day. Like a crib death or something like that. I don't know. Something terrible because they were really fighting bad about me. And the taller man... he kind of stopped it. He's like, no, we're not going to do that today. And they walked out, and I never saw those 3 spirits again.
Wow. Interesting story. Where exactly did you levitate? I want to see this. Like,
Okay, we can. It's in this back part of the house.
That's like it's like old over. It's like that's all I can think about right now. It's like.
Do you want to go there first and do this other part later?
So what's this part here right now?
This part, this was actually like a wood shed.
Okay.
I actually helped my dad put this room and that room together.
Okay.
Right where this door is used to be a large elm tree that my dad took out. And when he took it out, do you know what frozen Charlotte dolls are?
No.
They're little tiny porcelain dolls that have like dark hair and whatnot. And I guess they used to give them to children so children would mind and be like, don't go out at night, you know, something bad will happen to you. And there were 6 of them under this elm tree with 6 bottles. Now, they were Paris green bottles. They were poison bottles.
Wow.
And I've had several psychics come in here tell me that they think there might have been a serial killer here because there's a lot of kids here. And
Kid spirits.
Kid spirits. Yeah. We've helped cross over more than 20 spirits, and we probably have at least that many still.
Damn.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on here too.
Well, we have an underground river, as well as we are sitting on the main fault line that goes through New York State.
Yeah, and water amplifies energy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Spiritual energy.
Yeah. And then we have the swamp, and then all the traumatic things that have happened.
You guys have it all here. You got
We do.
Bigfoot, you got the swamp monsters.
Back in the day, right up the road here, is an old railroad tracks that they used to have the orphan trains come down
Yeah.
and the slave trains come down
Oh wow.
Underground
back in the
railroad.
day.
Yeah, it's our historian has documented that they used to chase the slaves from the Underground Railroad across the marl beds through the swamp into my mom's property, where they would catch them and torture them.
Oof. So there's so much history here, like
A lot of history.
like New York
Yeah.
itself just has
And
a lot
there's
of history.
breaks in the history, though. I couldn't get a clear picture of everything because Bergen had 3 major fires, and it destroyed a lot of their paperwork, of their documents and stuff. So it's spotty what I can get. Most of the information that I found was going through old newspaper articles online.
Yeah.
That's how I found a lot of things, and just checking the deed.
So there's like real documented history, which is amazing, right?
And a lot of people rented this house too, and I only researched the people who actually owned it. I almost broke this one when I hung it up because her eyes moved and she looked directly at me and smiled.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I caught it against the wall. Yeah. But a lot of times you'll get like head and shoulders coming out of the top corner of this picture.
Okay. I think what I want to do is kind of focus my video on like the upstairs where you
Okay.
levitated.
Okay.
You know?
Well, it was actually downstairs.
Oh, it was
I
downstairs.
levitated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm so confused now. Is it upstairs?
Upstairs is the
Frank
portal
told
room.
Oh, okay. That's what Frank said.
Because I have a
Yeah.
queen size bed in there right now.
So this is the room that you levitated in right here.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. We're going to be focusing a lot on this place tonight with the SLS camera as well, spirit box. And upstairs is the portal.
Yeah,
Okay.
the blue room.
We can go up?
You can go up.
All right, let's go upstairs. And we're going to begin this investigation real soon. Ooh, this is creepy, but cool.
The other room is worse.
It's worse, she says.
Yeah. Now, these dolls have been known to move. This one and this one move. They're not haunted,
Yeah.
but the spirits here do use them as vessels. Sometimes they move.
This is the portal room, is what
This
Kathy's
is the
saying.
closet. And I do have a bench in here so you can sit down and do your recordings and stuff.
Why do you think this is the portal room, though? Like,
I don't know why this room is the way it is. I really don't.
This is the portal room here.
But this room is the room that my first husband became an investigator. Because if we have some spirits here, if you deny them that they exist, or if you are rude to them, they will physically come after you.
oh, wow.
I had a large, like, floor standing mirror in that corner where the TV is that came flying across the room and hit the door frame. Didn't just break the glass, but it shattered the wood. It hit so hard. Now, my first husband, we were up here watching TV one night, and the bed was this way. And he started talking because he didn't believe in spirits at that point. And I'm like, no, I told you don't do that here. And he did it anyway. Something came out of this closet. Now, we had the light on. You couldn't see anything. But we were laying in bed, and between our heads and the headboard was this. All the way, I mean, our heads were going like this. We just looked at each other. We didn't know what to do. And it wasn't like something ran across the bed because it wasn't like flexing like a foot. It was like something punching its way across the bed.
Oh God, that's
and when
scary.
it got to the other side, there was nothing. There's also something in this room. I don't like anybody up here for any extended period of time. Like sleeping wise, you know, repeatedly.
Do people usually sleep here?
My husband will sleep up here.
Oh, okay.
I will only sleep up here occasionally. I sleep on the couch in the living room because I'm terrified of this room. Well, being sensitive, things coming in and out, I feel that, see that, I don't...
Yeah, I mean, if you're saying this is like a freaking portal to another dimension, things are coming and going, and you can see that, then that's terrifying.
We have an old man that hangs around up here. His name is Amos Mann. He used to work for the railroad. And you know when he's around because you smell like a pipe, like sweet tobacco? If you smell that, he will do things for you if you ask him. And he'll laugh about it. He's like, oh, you're asking me to do tricks. But he's a very good-natured little old man. And he'll not like knock for you or...
So there's so many different spirits of different magnitudes, and some could be evil, some could be not so evil.
Yeah, we really only have the 3 non-human spirits that are kind of nasty and 1 male human spirit here that's pretty nasty that we believe might have been one of the justices.
You're saying there's so much going on here. What's making you want to stay here, though?
Well, actually, that was not the plan. The plan was, when I called the first investigators in, find out why this place was so haunted, get it cleared out of the spirits, and sell this place. But many, many people told me that this place will never be clear. No matter what I do, it'll still be. So my mother wants to keep it in the family for as long as we can so other kids don't end up living here and growing up the way that we did.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep it in our family.
That's good. It's like you don't want to give someone an object that's haunted because you don't want them to get hurt, kind of, right? Yeah.
Right. And as I started to say, if you're in this room for too long, for an extended period of time, you become suicidal.
Ooh.
And that's because one of the non-human spirits in here, you'll actually hear him tell you, why don't you just kill yourself? Just take yourself out. You're worthless. You're useless. And that's what he does. This room has a tendency to turn you into a 5-year-old. Like, I remember being in the bed. My first husband was working nights. And I was afraid to be up here alone. I was very pregnant with my daughter. And we had a little electric sconce over by the window. And it was getting late, and I'm thinking I need to get out of bed and turn that light off, but I don't want to because I'm afraid. I felt like if I got out of bed, something was going to grab me from under the bed. A grown woman in her 30s.
Yeah, I mean...
I was 5. And that light turned off. I heard it click. And it's like it knew what I was thinking. And then I'm thinking, oh boy, now I'm here in the dark with you, and I'm not liking this.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, I could investigate this place, but I don't think I could ever live in a place like this. Bravo on you, though. Like,
yeah.
It takes some...
After you're here for a while, you kind of get, like, nummied. Your senses are kind of nummied a little bit to what's going on, unless it's something major.
Yeah.
You know, something major will spark our attention. But, like, just hearing somebody walk across the floor up here while we're downstairs or drawers, that doesn't faze us anymore.
Sargi family, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I'm going to go ahead and end off the night. We have a long night ahead of us. We actually caught some... We got a door closing right behind me. It scared the crap out of me. You'll see it on the main channel video once I post it. This place is pretty haunted. I'm loving it so far. But I do want to say goodbye. Thank you so much for all the support and all the love. Get yourself Team Mo Sargi merch. I'm going to be getting rid of this merch soon. I'm going to be getting some new merch coming for Easter. So you guys have that to look forward to. Don't forget to be you, do, stay positive, and just live a little. I'll see you guys on the next one.